Thanks for logging on to ABC15.com. I'm meteorologist Iris Hermosillo. We are tracking a winter storm that arrives today. It is sending a cold front across our state, and with that, winds are cranking up out ahead of it. We've got colder air that'll move in behind it, and we're tracking some winter weather too, with winter weather alerts in effect for portions of northern Arizona, the high country specifically. You're seeing winter weather advisories in the purple and winter storm warnings in the pink. I'll take you into that winter storm warning that in effect along the eastern Mogollon Rim and the White Mountains for areas above 6,500 feet. Now, snowfall amounts don't look as high as they previously did, but we could still end up with as much as 2 to maybe 6 inches of snow in most of these spots highlighted in that pink area. The White Mountains is likely where we'll see the bulk of the snowfall, with maybe 6 to 8 inches in some of those spots, again highlighted in that pink. Now, as you'll notice in the purple, that includes Flagstaff. That is a winter weather advisory in effect for areas around Flagstaff over to Williams, also around the Grand Canyon, or just north of there, I should say, up near the Utah border. Those areas under that winter weather advisory through this evening as well. We're talking maybe 1 to 4 inches of snow in most spots, including the Flagstaff area, maybe 1 to 3 inches there. So again, not a lot of snow, but enough to make those conditions, those driving conditions, slick and hazardous, so you'll still want to use caution. We are also under winter weather advisories for areas in southeast Arizona under above 6,000 feet. A little bit higher amounts in southeast Arizona, 4 to 8 inches for most spots above 6,000 feet, and then potentially in the White Mountains 6 to 10 inches of snow, as again, that's where the bulk of the snow will fall. As you look at futurecasts, it'll be through mid-morning that we likely see the heavier amounts of snow in the Flagstaff area. This afternoon, we'll start to gradually taper off those snow chances from west to east. Here in the valley, we had a 10% chance for a shower, but I think our shower chances end by around lunchtime. This afternoon is looking drier for us as that cold front starts to swing in. Again, behind that cold front, drier air will be moving in. You'll notice going into this afternoon, the heavier snow will start to fall along the eastern rim in the White Mountains. That's where those winter storm warnings are posted, and we could see some heavier amounts of snow there. Then by 10 o'clock here this evening, things start to wind down in the Flagstaff area. We see those clearing skies here in the valley. Eastern and southeast Arizona, still a few lingering showers. Those will clear out overnight. And by tomorrow morning, we wake up to dry conditions, but also colder temperatures across the state as that cold air starts to settle in. Now, winds will also be an issue today. Already, we are getting some gusts as high as 55 miles an hour in parts of northern Arizona. The strongest winds will be in that northeast pocket where you see a high wind warning is in effect. Gusts in those areas could top out around 65 miles an hour. So we're talking the potential for strong crosswinds, possibly some blowing dust that could reduce visibility, and blowing snow across those spots that are getting some of that snow today. Also, you'll notice there are wind advisories posted for portions of Coconino County. Those in effect until about 5 o'clock, and those areas will also feel some very strong wind gusts peaking as high as 40 to 60 miles an hour. We've also got wind advisories just east of the valley over some of the higher terrain, including over the Superstitions. Those gusts, or those areas rather, could feel gusts as high as 50 miles an hour as that cold front approaches this afternoon. And southeast Arizona also under wind advisory until 11 o'clock here this evening. Gusts for those areas as high as 40 to 45 miles an hour. This is going to impact portions of the I-10, so you'll want to watch for areas of blowing dust as a result. As you look at that 3-day forecast, temperatures are going to be much colder behind this storm system. Today, a high of only 64. That's already well below the average for this time of year. We'll likely hit that 64 early in the afternoon, and by this evening, you can expect temperatures are going to drop back into the 50s to low 60s. So it's going to be a chilly evening. Tomorrow, our highs won't even make it to the 60s. We'll likely top out at 56 degrees on Tuesday. Wednesday, also in the 50s. Last time we had those highs in the 50s was in January, but so far for this winter, we've only seen 3 days in the 50s. So today we won't be there, but tomorrow and Wednesday will likely be in the 50s, making it 5 days total of temperatures in the 50s this winter. As you look at temperatures up north, they're going to get colder too. Highs in the 30s today in Flagstaff. Overnight, those temperatures falling into the single digits by Tuesday morning in the Flagstaff area, and highs won't even make it to freezing tomorrow. We'll also be in the single digits by Wednesday morning up there, and here in the valley, you can expect those overnight lows to fall into the 30s by tomorrow morning and Wednesday morning. It'll be a dry Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday with a slight chance of a shower by Friday, another disturbance moving through, and then we start to warm back up by this weekend. Highs in the low 60s today, well below that 30-year average of 71. Temperatures up north also cold, down into the 30s and 40s from Flagstaff to Kingman to Sedona. And then look at those overnight temperatures, 30s and 40s here in central Arizona, with teens and single-digit temperatures to kick off our Tuesday morning across that northern half of our state. We're going to see a lot of 30s. If you need to protect those sensitive plants, make sure you're doing that today because the cold air sets in tonight. Tomorrow morning, cold. Wednesday morning, colder, with those afternoons only reaching the 50s. We'll be back in the 60s Thursday and Friday, and then we start to get warmer by the weekend, upper 60s by Sunday.